Friends, how are you? Welcome to Deborah's Money Journey. Thank you all for coming in today to watch my May budget update. Yes, it's May. I cannot believe we are so close to the halfway point of this year. And yeah, it's moving really fast. There's been a lot of changes this year, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, but in the long run, if you have a goal, you have to just stay focused. Again, consistency is what is going to make you win in the game. Just continuing to do what you do. That is what's going to work. Welcome. How are you? Thank you all for being here. If you're new to my channel, my name's Deborah, and this channel is about my journey, my financial journey. I share my budget. I talk about ways that I save money. I set goals using my money. And I'm working on a big goal right now, and that is to save $25,000 to go towards my retirement. I'm also throwing in a little savings for travel. I'm funding my emergency fund and just all kinds of fun things. Anything to do with money, that is what I'm focused on. And I really thank you and I appreciate you for being here. If you like my content, I hope you consider sticking around and subscribing and joining me on my financial journey. All right, and to all my returning friends, thank you for being here as well. Okay, guys, May is here. It's one of those months where, for me, it's good because I'm going on vacation in the month of May. So I honestly can't wait to get out of Dodge and do something different, relax. Oh my gosh, I'm looking so forward to that. So that is happening in the month of May. I know school is going to be out, what prom season. It's just a very busy time. It's also the time of year where it's not too hot yet, but it's not too cold either. So it's spring weather. The flowers are blooming, but it's starting to get a little warmer and it's going to sort of be the beginning of summer. So, yes, it's all packed in May. And Mother's Day, don't forget about Mother's Day. I don't have my mother with me, but I certainly celebrate other mothers. And my sons spoil me. I hope you're having a good year and that your goals are going as planned, and if they're not, it's okay. Keep going. Keep pushing, keep going forward. Do not let anything stop you from trying to reach your goal. It's very important that you stay focused and you keep pushing no matter what comes your way, because anything that you want in life is not going to be easy to get, at least not all the time. You have to sacrifice some things, you got to give up some things, and you have to really laser focus on what you want. And when you do those things, you will be surprised at how successful you'll be, and you'll be able to accomplish some of your goals. Well, guys, I'm going to just kind of share what my spending is going to look like for the month of May and what kind of income I'm going to need, and just in general how I'm going to do that. I really kind of budget around my income, but I do use money from sinking funds and any extra money I receive. So a lot of times when I do my budget, I find that I need to see what am I expected to spend for the month, and then I budget around that amount. Of course, it doesn't mean I'm going to go over and end up spending more than I make or more than I have. It just means that I'm going to have a better idea of what my true numbers are going to be. Okay, so let's dive into the numbers. All right. So for my fixed expenses, I do share and keep this as a standing item. I do give tithes and offerings. I make donations, but I just don't share those amounts. Those are private, those are personal, and so I keep it that way. Okay, my mortgage payment, it's about 36.85 and some change, but I always add a few extra dollars onto it. So I try to stick to 3,700. And so for this month, I'm going to do 3705.25. That is the amount that I am going to pay. And anything extra will go to the um, what is it? The principal. So that will go to my principal. I think it's about maybe what, $20, $25. Okay, HOA charges. Now, guys, my HOA is 355, but as you can see, I have $507 here because they added some additional charges to my bill. I guess they're calling it a special assessment. And right now, I don't know how many special assessments I'm going to get, but for now, for the month of May, I have to pay an additional dollar, hundred. I wish it was $1.50. It's $150 on top of what I normally pay for my HOA. So that comes to $507.99. And if you watch my last video where I'm cash stuffing for my home savings, that's why, because when you have a home, you are going to have additional expenses. There's no way around it. Things are going to come up, and it's nothing worse than not having a emergency fund, a home savings fund, something where you have money set aside to deal with those situations. Because again, they will come up, and you just want to be prepared. I'm not guaranteeing that everything is going to be just fine, but the fact that you don't have to worry about everything and money is one of them when you have an emergency, that is life-changing to not have to pay for things out of your budget or scrapping or borrowing money from family members. You have to set yourself in a position to save some money for yourself and to have that money set aside when you need it. So that's the importance of having savings and then doing some of the fun things that I do through savings challenges so that you can help grow that savings. It's fun, it's engaging, and you'd be surprised at how much money you end up saving over time. You have to try it. All right, my electric is 211.57. This is the third month it has gone up, and it's not even summer. So I am really a little nervous about this. This is not good that it's going up so much. I'm going to have to really be kind of observing the AC and how often I use it. I really don't use it that much. It's not even full on summer yet. But for some reason, $211.57 is what I owe. And then my water is $60.48. But the good news was my gas, I actually had a credit. So I don't know if there's some kind of annual credit that they give people. I really don't know. I need to look at the bill. But I had I think it was like an $8 credit, but what I decided to do is just put $10 because it's nothing better than having a little credit, just in case, because you never know if something's going to come up and your bill may get a little higher than you want it to be. So having that credit is a good thing. So I have a $7 credit now and I'm adding 10, so about $17, almost $20 credit, which is fine with me. All right, car insurance is 163.90. Something else that went up a little bit. I need to kind of find out why this is going up so much. But in the meantime, it wasn't a lot. It was maybe a couple of dollars. Nothing to really be that concerned about, but still, everything is like creeping up. I'm noticing when it comes to your fixed expenses and any of your expenses, they're really starting to tack on the fees to everything you have to pay. You have to pay attention to your bills when you get them and really look them over to see and compare month to month what those changes look like. Spectrum Internet is 71.25, and then my life insurance is $69. Now my cell phones, that's two phones, but I have a basic phone that's only about $35 a month. And then my other phone is about 120. Well, this month they went up $5. So I called AT&T because that's who I have and asked them, "Hey, what's going on? Why did my bill go up?" "Oh, there's some kind of fee to introduce new services." Okay, can anybody tell me what the heck does that have to do with me paying my bill because you're rolling out new services? And so I told her, I said, this has got to stop. And I said, enough is enough. So I told her and asked her what plans were available. I need to lower this because getting to be too much. And so at the end of finally going back and forth with her and just really being adamant that I know you have plans that are less than what I'm paying. And then she finally said, yes, we do. Well, maybe you should have told me in the beginning instead of trying to convince me to keep it. But anyway, that's their job to make sure that they keep making as much money as they make off of you. Um, so the plan I have is going to save me about $25 a month, and so I think that's going to be much better. And, we'll see how that goes. I don't think it's going to be effective until June because I called actually today. So I think it'll be effective in my June payment. So we'll see how that goes. All right, so for my fixed expenses, I am going to be paying $4,948.44. Okay, so moving on to my subscriptions, I have Sirius XM $7.99, my Google memberships $7, Microsoft $9.99. I have Netflix for $8, and then my Apple storage is $9.99, and my water service, last month they charged me quite a bit more than I'm used to paying. I think I was paying about $51 and they jumped up to about $59. So see what I mean? How these little sneaky charges, they just stick them on your bill, hope you don't notice, and then before you know it, they'll do it again in a few more months down the road. And people that don't pay attention, I mean, they're making millions of dollars by just creating these fees. So you really want to stay on top of it. It's very important. All right, so this would be the dispenser charge, the 712. That's what I'm paying, that extra amount. So I'm expected to spend $50.09 on my subscriptions. Okay, let's move on to my variable expenses. Something fell. I'm going to drink a little water, like stay hydrated. Okay, now we're going to move to variable. Okay, so for my groceries, I am going to keep this at 600. I hope that because I have a vacation coming up, I won't be, spending as much money on food. But I'm going to keep it at six because that seems to work pretty good. Okay, so for my gasoline, I increased this amount from I believe about 375 to 400 because of the price of gas and the fact that it keeps going up. So I am okay with $400. That seems to be working. So we'll keep it at that amount. Okay, my allowance is $200. I increased this amount because I am going on vacation and I'm just going to give myself a little extra pocket money for the month. Okay, the car wash is $40. I usually wash my car about once a month and then I go to one of those car washes where they will put it through their machine and dry it and do all the fun stuff. And then I can get the wax on the tires and everything else. And so $40 is working. So that's pretty much the amount. There's a lot of drive-through car washes where you can stay in your car. And those car washes are actually very popular now. Some of them there's even a car wash club where you pay about $25 a month and you can just keep getting car washes all month. I'm not in love with car washes, so one a month is enough for me, and it seems to work fine. And then my vacation, so I will be going out of town towards the end of the month. I'm so excited to get away for a few days and just have my time to myself, go plan some activities, go visit my son, yeah, just a lot of fun things. So looking forward to that in the month of May. I'm setting aside $200 oh my gosh, I'm setting aside $2,000. This money is coming from my travel sinking fund. And, a lot of times when you see my budget, I'm pulling money from different funds. And so that's why my budget may fluctuate by, a few thousand here and there. It's because I'm using money from different pots. And so that's, again, another wonderful reason to have sinking funds because I would have never been able to pull $2,000 out of my normal budget, I would have had to really juggle some things around, maybe pay some bills late. I've done that before. That's what I used to do. But now I don't have to worry about it. I can just pull it from the sinking fund and voila, I have the money for that purpose. Okay, and then I'm gonna have to get a new PO box when I moved. I did close the other one. I just didn't feel like driving that far to get my mail. So I'm going to get a PO box closer. I did go to one place, and funny story, I was going to sign up there. They have a little dog that roams around inside the building and he can go outside too. That's great, but he was growling at everybody as if he wanted to tell you, get out of here, this is my territory or something. But I thought, well, if I go in there some days and I don't feel like being growled at. I don't know if I want to do business with somebody like that. They should have had the dog behind the counter where he wasn't able just to roam freely throughout the store. So I'm going to probably find another place to get my PO box. But I think setting it up is about $90. That's what I paid in the past. So that's what I'm going to set aside for when I get this. Okay, household supplies, $50. That's just, paper products or any cleaning products or soaps. I use that 50 for that purpose. Eating out, I am going to have that at 100. Now, I did put a little bit because it was $200 last month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just lower that because the $2,000 for the vacation, eating out is a part of that. It includes gas 'cause I'm driving. It includes hotel expenses. Yes, I'm staying at a hotel. I like to stay at hotels, so that's what I'm doing. And then it includes, any kind of shows we plan to go to, entertainment, dining, of course. So all of that's included in that amount. So eating out is going to be lower for the month of May. For airline tickets, so guys, guess what? When I set my goals for 2026, travel was one of my goals. And I did say that I wanted to kind of go away on a little trip excursion at least 3 to 4 times this year. And it looks like that's going to happen. So I am going to be going to Chicago in September. So I need to get my airline ticket. I'm going to go with a group of ladies in my church. We're going to go to a conference and we're going to go have some fun in Chicago. So that's going to happen right around my birthday, guys. So I can celebrate my birthday out of town. I'm looking forward to that, but I do have to get my airline ticket. So I'm going to set aside $250. I know that is not the full price of the ticket, but I just want to at least set something aside to see what those prices are and get a true number. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, seasonal activities, $100. I am going to be going to that stage play that I talked about last month. It's going to be on the 2nd or 3rd of May, and $100 will definitely take care of any activities that we intend to do, which is probably just go out to eat before or after that. Cruise, that's just putting towards the payment on the cruise. So $150 will be set aside for that. And then unbudgeted is everything else that I did not have a category for. It will fall under that. So my total variable expenses, guys, is $4,180. So it's pretty steep. That is a lot. But again, it's money that's going to be coming from sinking funds. Okay, debt. So I have my Discover credit card. I'm budgeting 150 to make the payment, Sam's Club 300, and then Wells Fargo. So $550 will be going towards my credit cards. I do have my credit card that I use to pay towards my taxes. Yes, my taxes were way more than what I had budgeted. So I am going to need about $500, and I'm going to have to use probably some money from one of my sinking funds, but we'll see. I have enough money to put towards the payment for the month of May, But for June, I may have a little bit left over that I have to pay towards the credit card. So we'll see. But in the meantime, I won't put that on here just yet. I will wait until next month. So hopefully I didn't confuse anyone. But yeah, the credit card thing. So guys, we have to talk about these credit cards. And I'm going to do a video very soon, and I'm going to kind of share with you my thoughts on what my credit card journey is looking like, what my concerns are, because yeah, there's some concerns, and I really just want to be transparent, even when it comes to that. So I want to share with you guys what's working and what's not. Okay, so 550 is going to be set aside for credit cards. Okay, investments. So my investments, I am going to be setting aside $700 to go towards my investment accounts. So if you're new here, my investment accounts are for my retirement. And so that includes um my different, individual accounts through M1 Finance, SoFi, Fidelity, and Vanguard. So those accounts, I have been investing in them. And of course, that money is not being touched because I'm going to use it in retirement. So I'm going to set aside $700 to go into those accounts. And a lot of that will be money that I will be cash stuffing too. So it's going to be part of that too. Okay, and then my Roth IRA, I always put 300. I know I was supposed to up this amount, but I think because I'm doing the cash stuffings, I'm just, adding it when I move that money to my investments. So I usually cash stuff for 2 months for my retirement. And then when that second cash stuffing is over, then I take the money and put it in my various accounts. Right now, I'm trying to fully fund my Roth. So most of that money will be going to my Roth IRA. Okay, that's my investments. And then my savings accounts. So I have my savings, $200 going to savings. And then my emergency fund, I'm just going to put $50 towards that. I do have an emergency fund savings binder. I'll be making a video soon about that, doing a cash stuffing. And so I'm going to lower what I normally put in my emergency fund, not like I transfer it directly from my checking to my high yield savings account, but I also set aside some of the money from my cash envelopes. Let me say that again. But I do set aside some of the money that I save for my cash stuffings. I do make sure that some of that money goes towards all of my binders, a little bit here, a little bit there, so that I can have money to cash stuff. So that's what I use that money for. So $50 is going towards emergency fund, $250 in savings. And then my sinking funds, $425. That money gets divvied up, between all my savings binders and different challenges. And I use that money to do my cash stuffings. And then my sinking funds money is automatically moved to my online sinking funds and my cash sinking funds. So I set aside a certain amount for those purposes. And so my sinking funds, I'm scheduled or hoping to spend $975 for my challenges and my sinking funds. Okay, guys, so it's a busy budget. It's a lot of spending. I might make changes throughout the month as time goes on. If I see that I really need to be putting more money towards some other categories, or maybe I'm spending too much in some of them, then I will make adjustments as I go through the month. And so for the month of May, I am predicting that I need $11,953.53. That is what I have budgeted here. And so we will see how that goes. And then when we get closer towards maybe the middle of the month, then I will kind of put in the numbers, put in the amounts, whatever extra funds I receive. I do get rent money from my youngest son. He lives with me, so he pays me rent. No YouTube checks, not yet. And then I am expecting some extra money, but I don't know if I'm going to get it in May. It may come in June. We'll have to see. And then rollover, I do have some rollover money that I will be putting into my May budget. I think I'm going to move about $300 into my May budget for my rollover. I'm not a zero-based budgeter, in case you were wondering. I do keep a buffer and I make sure that I have money set aside, just in case things come up and I'm gonna need some cash and I don't really have to worry about it. I don't have to pull it from savings. I can just pull it from my buffer. So that is what I do. So that is my May budget, everybody. Hopefully it wasn't too long and wordy, but a lot is happening, a very exciting month. I'm looking forward to it. And there you go. That is the monthly budget for May. And for all of you who are still hanging in there watching the videos, doing your part, saving money, and trying to get your financial matters in order, I want to say, congratulations to you. You're doing great. I'm so proud of you. I really, really appreciate you hanging and, sticking it out, because a lot of people at this point in the year have fallen off. They have stopped budgeting. It's not important to them anymore, or they just moved on to had bigger fish to fry, right? But those of you who are really trying to save money, bulk up your emergency fund, save for retirement, save for vacations, have some sinking funds. All of these tips work. And the reason why I say they work, guys, is because I use them. I use them and they have worked so well. And I'm so pleased with the progress I have made in my financial journey. And to be honest with you, I don't know where I would be if I had not been using the budgeting methods with sinking funds and savings and all of this, because it really does make a difference. So I hope your May goes well. Don't forget to get your budget in order. Jot down something. Just put what you expect to spend, what you think you're going to spend, how much money you're possibly going to have, and voila, create a budget. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to put a ton of items on it. It's personal to fit your needs. Well, thank you everybody for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful May and that the month goes well for you. Take care, and I will see you all again in my next video.